everyone. I'm going to talk about Reach-iT HydroBlade. That's the new innovation for their rinse bar, as you can see here. Now, most people have heard of a rinse bar, okay? Normally we've got just two jets in a brush which come through the middle, okay? We've probably mostly got those already, but this innovation, okay, there are others available, but this is Reach-iT's version, which I think is the best at the moment. And the principle is that you've got all these jets that actually carry the water just above the bristles here, this top row of bristles. Okay, so what happens is, with this particular brush, hits the glass and you don't have to take the brush off the glass. Some people can rinse with it on the glass, okay, fair enough, but this goes a step further. Because there's so many jets, the water will just cascade down the glass, and it's superb. And these are all aligned properly. They're really good. Okay, now what you'll get is a special kit which will be sent to you. Okay, this is what you'll get when you send away. If you're in the UK, okay, this will cost you about £12. Okay, I got two of them. Okay, a lot of that is the actual shipping cost, but this is the thing you'll actually get. You'll get one of these clear envelopes, like a zip tie type thing, and it's very comprehensive. You get quite a lot of stuff in it. Now there's quite a lot of stuff here. Now first of all, you'll get the new tubing, as you can see here. It's not cut exactly to length, okay, and you can see on the finished brush where that goes round and to the back here. It will need trimming, but don't trim it until you've fitted this bit. You'll fit both tubes, and what they'll tend to do is cross over, but then you'll need to measure it off with a pencil or something and just trim it. If you don't get it exactly right, it doesn't really matter, okay? Right, the next thing we're going to go on to is the actual blades themselves. Now you notice there's two in each kit. Okay, these are the actual hydro blades. What you'll need to do, because one of them has got all the jets open, and your system will need to be able to cope with the water flow for these, okay, you might not get enough. I use a backpack, so what I've got is I've got the other one fitted here, and it's got every other jet open, so it's every other one, so that I've got 14 jets here instead of the actual 28. I think that's right anyway. Okay, now they're easy to fit. All they'll do, you take the other ones out like that, they just slide straight in. Now the orientation of these is very important as well, okay, because depending on which way you slide it in, the actual jets will tilt one way or the other. Okay, now you're going to have to test this out, okay, to find out which is the best for you. Okay, because what that means is that when the water's coming out, depending on which way you actually fit it, the actual spray will spray to just above the bristles, or it might spray actually into the bristles, but you might prefer that. But the best principle of it is that you can get them to spray just above the bristles. Okay, so when you're fitted, test it out. Okay. Right, moving on to the next items. Now you see here there's a metal T-piece, which obviously goes in here. Now the metal ones are the best ones to use, because what we had in the past was that the plastic ones would actually snap off, because we've got a swivel neck here and there's quite a lot of pressure goes onto them. In fact, here's one to actually demonstrate. This one hasn't gone yet, but very often with the movement all the time, the stress put on it, these would just snap off. So if you can fit the metal one. Okay, so this is the better one. Now moving on again, you'll notice that we've got a sort of a Y piece here. Now if you want to have water flow from the center of the brush, which you can do, then you'll need this, of course, which makes it into a three-way piece, and the piece comes out here and goes onto here. Then you can get it from the center of the brush, but I don't really recommend that necessarily, because I think that these are going to be adequate just on top of the brush. I think it's fantastic. It works really well without any more jets than these. Okay, we've also got one of these connectors. I think they're the best to use. Very quick, very easy. I love the way they click when they're new like that. See, I've got one on here already. To take them on and off, you just press into your palm like that and pull, and they'll come off. Put a new one on. Quick fit connectors, the best in the world. They're very, very light, very, very effective. Okay, and that's for that. You might be wondering what this is for here. Some of you know already, but you see this one has it on already. Now the unconverted brush, as you can see here, does not. Now the reason for that is because you'll notice that the jets here are actually flush, the older ones. Okay. Now in use, what will happen possibly with the new ones, because they're extended, is there's a possibility of catching these on certain surfaces, frames, brickwork, etc. So to prevent that, what we've got in the kit is a self-adhesive piece of rubber which just fits in here. You might need to trim it. Yep. Just trim it off, it doesn't have to be exact. And what will happen, try not to get it too far over, otherwise you'll block the jets. But if you can get it just right, this will prevent any damage to the jets and act as a protection buffer bumper. So that's that in there as well. There's some conversion pieces in here. Is the connection pieces which actually connect the side to side to the actual brush. You can see that there. There's a lot of spares they send you, which I think is brilliant. You can see them there and there. They just slot in, and to stop them rotating, they've got like a flat head on each one. That just slots in. Okay. You've got the original T-piece. If you still want to use that, you can, but they can break at the neck here over time. This one is very interesting. I do like this. Now, that T-piece, but you'll see it's got a very wide neck. You'll think, well, how can I put the tube on that? But really, it'll fit these fine. Okay. And what will happen is it will end up round here again. You'll put that on there. Okay. These tend not to break off because you can see they're very, very strong. And you might actually prefer this, but the way you put your pipe on, this will actually fit. It doesn't have to be a rubber pipe, it can be plastic. These are designed for them to go on like that. Okay? And all you'll end up with is that's in there, Okay, and your Rhino tube, other tubes may fit, will just slot in there. Okay, and you've still got a very strong connection. It's an easier method than this. Obviously the metal one's stronger, but this is lighter. So basically, that's it. I'm very impressed with the kit you get. There's a few other bits and bobs as well. There's some spare screws here, which go here and here. If you lose any, you get some spares. Screws. You get some spares. You get a very tiny drill. Okay, if for any reason that any of these are blocked, or you want to open up some more, then you can use the drill. Okay, it's a very, very fine drill, so be careful you don't break it. Here's something, I don't know why he's put it in, but it's nice to know that you get a spare thumb turner, tumbler for the spare clamp, or maybe it's for the actual angle adapter here, as you can see. Because sometimes some of us lose them, and actually on this brush that's exactly what has happened, and I've had to use a clamp, an old clamp lever off an old clamp, because I lost it in someone's gutter, I think. So that just goes in there. So that's basically all the parts, and I think it's a very comprehensive kit. That's the HydroBlade for you. I like it, it does a brilliant job. I think it's the best system on the market for a top rinse. So there you go, job done. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, as I'll be uploading a lot more useful content. Hit the like button and let me know if this video was useful to you in the comments, and until next time, it's job done.